What's up guys, back again. I'm just going to talk about basically my experience with 8K and 4K, because I've been kind of trying to get 8K scans thinking that the quality is going to be remarkably better, but in my experience it's not. But there is a slight difference. Anyway, I may as well just start up Zephr and I'll go over the whole process once again, considering a new version's come out. A couple of people have been asking, so load up your Zephr. I think it's version 7 now, and then we'll go from there once it's loaded. Alright, so here we are in Zephr 7. I'm going to start new project, get that screen, click on images mask because we're just going to bang through it. We're not going to do any cleanup during the point cloud stages, and click plus. I've got my files here, select. So just select all the photos that you've extracted from your video, okay, blah blah blah. Next, so let's say you want to do the masking, right? Okay, so for all of those people who haven't actually seen my other videos, this is going to be your kind of key area. You have to take your time here, and obviously filming it in the first place to make sure there's not too much hyper white backlighting or lack of detail and it's all in focus and all that business, and no depth of field, blah 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 blah. What we're going to do here is essentially go through every single photo. Yes, I know it's going to take you about 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, takes me about that anyway, about 15 to 20 minutes. You don't need to use like every single photo. You can have 50 for free for the pro version, but I don't find that much improvement with using more. You can confuse it by putting more photos that are too close to each other. You want to take photos kind of equally around the subject, like here looking in, here looking in, here looking in, here looking in. You don't want like one there, another one there, one there, one there. There's too much of a gap. You need to keep it pretty much uniform when you're going around your subject. Anyway, so what we're going to do here, annoyingly they've got rid of the colours here. It used to be red and blue, so now I just know this one's blue here, and that's that, and this one's red. So again, it's the old, what you want is in red, what you don't want is in blue, and then just go around it like this. And now again, when you're filming, you want to pay attention to what crap is going on in the background, because that really interferes with your masking. Right here I've got a bit of a window that's kind of gotten in the way. There, got rid of that, and then this stuff here that gets in the way, so you need to get rid of that. I might do a zoom in just so you can see what I'm on about. There you go. So you just want to try and get as clean as possible an outcome. So you want to get rid of that bit, get rid of that bit, get rid of that bit. That's why you can see my M's bouncing sometimes, because I'm just clipping some bits. But again, it kind of starts cutting into the model. You might find, oh no, it keeps on doing that. Well, it's a free software, so unfortunately you can do this in Photoshop if you get the Pro one, but I don't have the Pro one. I'm just doing this, for free, just to see if I'm happy and stuff like that. So I think the free one is good enough for me. And if you've got little bits and bobs like that, don't worry, don't spend all year on this. You could be here too long. We just got to go through this bish bash bosh, knock it out, done. So whatever, that little bit of red there, that's obviously completely revealed that part of the neck. So now we go back, mask it again. Hopefully that bit doesn't come back, so we'll come back here. We just want that bit in red. It's probably going to bleed out. There you go, bleeds out a bit. Come back in, try and trim out the bleed out bit, and you can be playing this game pretty much for every single photo. If it cuts back in, I'd rather have a little bit more of the outside than a lack of stuff on the inside. So whatever, I mean, that's how and that's how I operate. And don't worry about not getting it all perfect around here, just so long as all of the skin is selected and all stuff like that. Alright, so this is obviously not being correctly selected here, and the lips not being selected. So come in here and do the mask here, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that bit there. And if you click the right mouse button, I think you can or this one here, you can delete the masks that you've done before, and it recomputes it as well, just in case you go over too much. Like here, I can just delete a little bit of that red mask using the right mouse button or left, whatever. Anyway, go back here, draw that. Problem is his lips are almost the same colour as the damn fence here, so I'll do my best. Do your best and that's it, keep going. Right, so overall here the nose isn't selected. I'm going to come in there, select the nose, that's alright, and then a little bit the eye here, as you can see, isn't selected, so come down here, do the eye, and it bleeds out again because it's stupid, so you can't do that, whatever, it's gone back over that bit, there's nothing there, so it shouldn't be doing that part there. Alright, so that's pretty much one frame done. Now you've got to do that to all 45 frames, so just click this button here which saves it and then goes on to the next one. If you want to look at it before, you can go there. And that's pretty much it. You got to go over the whole model doing that. And yeah, like I said, it takes about 20 minutes, but that's where the magic is. If you don't do this bit right, your model's just going to come out rubbish. It's not going to work. So that's it. So take your time doing this. Have a coffee, tea, whatever. Just get on with it. And if it's not perfect, don't sit there for hours trying to make it perfect, because we're going to fine tune it later anyway in ZBrush. So we're just trying to get the best we can from, you know, in a reasonable amount of time, rather than spending years on it. May as well sculpt it from scratch then. Okay, you got to be back and forthing between this red and blue lines quite a lot. Might drive you mad, but whatever, do your best. And that's what I'm doing for now. Maybe a little bit there, maybe that little bit there as well. Just do that a little bit there, because you want to try and get it as accurate as you can. Alright, okay, enough of that. I've kind of had enough of this frame here. Alright, so essentially that's how you do it. And if you click on this one, it'll ask you if you want to save it, because I didn't click the save next button. But that's about it. So there you go. Blue is what you don't want, and that's it. So go through the whole lot. I've gone through how many here? 42 photographs, and they've all been masked out. So there you go. Anyway, we're going to close down Masquerade because we don't need it anymore, and we're just going to go to the next one, which is here, next stage. Unable to get online calibration data. Now, I don't really know. I'm not really bothered. I very rarely connect to the internet, so I don't really care about that. Click next. Now here, human body and deep. Ultra isn't available yet. We'll go to that next. So click that, next, and we'll run that, and then I'll come back to you in a bit. Alright, so you get this screen after it's done. It took about a minute and a half, something like that, and then scroll it. Yep, all of them have been accepted, all my photos. So just again click next, and then you see a very sparse point cloud in here. I mean, you can barely see it. I've gone over this a few times. I think it's a problem with the graphics cards or drivers or something like that. You can barely see it. I have to like zoom way out just to see it. But anyway, essentially that's a sparse point cloud. We'll go next and we'll do the dense point cloud, and this is where you get the deep kind of part of it. So ultra, yeah, human body, and then ultra. Now for some reason you may not get the ultra setting depending on your graphics card or your computer. It's for some bizarre reason, even with the pro version. So make sure you got the ultra one. If not, I'm not really sure how to get it, because I actually had a friend of mine, he didn't even have the ultra setting. So whatever. Anyway, human body ultra next, human body ultra next again, and that's it. So the first one's a reconstruction, and then you do mesh reconstruction. So you're doing the dense construction, and then a mesh construction. That's why it will do it twice. But after that, that's it. You're ready for export, or I think you have to do texturing and then you export it. But whatever. This is the dense kind of point cloud generation. This part will take about, I think the sparse one took about a minute and a half. This one's probably going to take about 7 minutes to 10 minutes. Here it says 13 minutes, so it could be about 13 minutes, but it's much better than before. Alright, I think it's done now. So it's been about 13 minutes actually. It wasn't 10 minutes, but whatever, that's not too bad. If you hear a vacuum cleaner style noise, it's the computer. These things are a bit loud, but whatever. Still unbeatable for ZBrush. Alright, so that's all done. Next, and boom, there's our model. Don't know why it went to the top of the head for that. Weird, but whatever. So that's the model there. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. So yeah, it came out really good. I'm going to compare it to the 8K version. So this right here, what you're watching, is a half scaled of 8K. So essentially it's 4K now, because I've scaled the 8K grabs down to 4K. And I'm going to be honest with you, it looks pretty damn close. Let's go to ZBrush now and compare them. But essentially that's how you make a photogrammetry model. That's it, with the kind of colours off. So you can see it's pretty damn cool. Actually, it came out really well, very good. Which one it is? There we go, the light off and the texture on. Alright, anyway, so what you do now is go export, Oh no, you can't. You got to create the bloody mesh. So textured mesh generation. Yeah, next, whatever. I don't really care about this because I don't care about textures, so I just run any old rubbish. Alright, we're almost done here. I've got to admit, I find texturing takes a little bit longer in the new Zephr than it did. They just whizzed through it in the last one. Alright, we're done. So next, so now it's all textured, blah blah blah. I don't know what that. I don't know why it seems to do this resetting to the top view business. I don't know what this is either. I don't have touch on, do I? No, I've got it off and it just comes up. I don't know. That's a weird thing. I haven't seen that before. So anyway, this is our kind of render, and that's it. So as you can see, it looks pretty damn good here. This is the textured mesh here. Dense point cloud is here. That's the dense point cloud. I'd say it looks as good as the 3D mesh. But anyway, let's do a comparison in ZBrush between all the kind of the 4K and the 8K basically, right? So we just got to now go click export, export textured mesh, export to OBJ, what I do, and that's it. And then you can export it as whatever you want. I've already exported them already, so I'm going to skip all that bit, cancel that. Right, so basically it comes down to a couple of things about the old version and the new version of Zephr. I'd probably just go with the new one, to be honest with you. Texturing takes a little bit longer, but general image quality is better. So let's say this is my Zephyr 6 8K scan, so literally just pure 8K footage in, 8K footage into Zephr, you know, frame by frame, and the nose is a bit damaged, and it just seems to have quite a high kind of noise filter on it or something. It just looks quite noisy. However, it is 2.1 million polys, and the new Zephyr tends to madly kind of increase the quality, or not quality but the poly count. So this is the 8K original one that I actually printed the model from. Couple of issues under the neck, obviously the top of the head is busted, but generally it's not too bad. I thought it was really good when I first saw it. Yeah, got some kind of lower quality but down the back, and kind of the ears not like 100% and stuff like that. This one's, whoops, this one's a little bit worse, this ear, and the back's got kind of all of this weird stuff on it. And yeah, the skin texture just looks, it looks too much. And you want to see the poly. That's the mesh right there. Just thought I'd show you. So yeah, triangles, and that's it. So you can decimate this down to about, I'd say about 300,000 polys or 200, and it's going to look identical. So I just thought I'd let you know that now. All right. So now it's the 8K version 7 one. So this is exactly the same footage and exactly the same masking data, but in version 7. So as you can already see, the skin is much smoother. The ear came out a bit better on this side, a bit mushed up at the back, but I wouldn't worry about that. You always have to clean it up. The neck, however, didn't come out better. This ear came out alright as well, but generally speaking the surface looks a bit better. So if we look at the surface there and then we go back to the textured one, you can see there's like more noise and then the other one. So that's what that looks like, and the lips got just as much definition in the lips and stuff like that as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, without all the noise. So and that's already 4 million polys, so it's twice the amount of polys, but it does maybe uses those extra polys to smooth, I don't know. Anyway, the last one is again same footage, just scaled down by half and then masked out again, and boom, turns out it's the best one of all of them. So if you're going to go with 4K, if you've got a really hot camera, then it'll be fine. If you've got a kind of a, you know, if you've got 8K on a film camera, film in 8K and then bounce it down. The only issue with 8K if you're filming it is it's not very good, let's say, for processing, because it's so heavy. Then you might get kind of, it's not very smooth basically. I don't think stabilization works that great on it, but whatever. You only need one frame in a 25, so that's 1 a second, by the way, because you've got 25 frames in a second. You only need to pull one good one out to do this process, you know, every time you're moving it around. So think of it that way. So yeah, everything came out good here. The neck came out all right. The ears came out great on that side, and the ear came out great on that side. Great skin stuff. Even got the kind of nice creases on the back of the neck, or the head here. Obviously the top didn't come out. This one is how many? Yeah, this one's 3.9 as well. So this one is exactly the same size as the 8K one. The 4K and 8K one. This one, the 8K in Zephyr 7 and the 4K in Zephyr 7 came out 4 million each. So as far as I'm concerned, going higher than 4K is kind of pointless anyway. You're not going to get more definition in my opinion. But there you go. I just thought I'd show you that now. But there you go. That's the quality. Which really good. Even got the little stubble, not the little goatee on the front. The ears. The skin texture is really nice here. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that now. So there you go. That's just with a phone, my S21 Ultra, and I think, I'm not sure how many photos. I think 42 or something like that. But there you go. You can just, if you want to close the hole and stuff, you just go down to hold on. You go to geometry, modify topology, and then just close holes. And yeah, then you can just sculpt over it. Obviously you've got to make sure there's enough polys there. Don't know what it's done with the polys there. Yeah, it'll be enough to sculpt with. And that's pretty much it. So just frame it again, and so yeah, there's your that's the major differences, and also the file size. The old school one was, I think, 280 meg, and the new one's 400 and such. So it's basically double the size. And that's pretty much it on the front of 8K versus 4K. If you can film in 8K and bounce it down and not get too annoyed about the long process to do that, because everything takes longer in 8K, kind of looking through the footage, masking takes longer in 8K, everything takes like way longer, because I'm just not geared to work with 8K, so I'll just work with 4K. And if you've got the luxury of time, or maybe getting a mate to do it, then yeah, fine, shoot in 8K, scale it down, you're going to have a slightly nicer quality, because I kind of rushed my 4K pure one to do as a test on this same image to make it 100%, and yeah, I didn't click the camera to focus it, and because I'm going around, it only focused on his face. So as soon as I got to the side of his head, the focus went off, and I thought, oh, it's a new camera, everything's automatic, and for some reason it didn't, so it was all blurred afterwards. So I just stuck with the 8K footage, but it's still going to work for the sake of the test in terms of 4King it up, because it's just essentially new footage, because I've had to remask it anyway. But anyway, there you go. I thought I'd show you that. I'll show you a completely clean 4K one as well, just for the hell of it, just so that you can get these results just from 4K. You don't need to constantly scale down from 8. In fact, I wouldn't even bother, because you touch them up anyway, so you can pinch it and smooth it and do all the kind of changes you need to. So yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty damn good. I could probably print that out without, I'll just smooth the top out and I'll print it out. I don't even think I need to put the eyes in. The eyes even came out alright. Look, you can see his eyeballs, you can see everything, and that came out well good. You can even see the skin under the eye. Where is it? Check that out. That is well good. And this is the 4K one, I believe. Am I wrong or am I right? Yeah, that's the 4K one. The texture of the skin, the eyelashes, that came out well good. I'm sorry, this is a very good one. So yeah, maybe I'll get into the habit of bouncing down into 4K from 8, but for now it's just a bit of a long procedure, because I don't like working with 8K. Alright, so this is a 100% 4K scan and film. So for some reason I do have these large lumps kind of trucked out the back of the head and the neck, but the rest, I mean, come on, that's not bad. Look at that. Even the hair came out half decent, apart from the top. It always does this weird freak out stuff at the top. But look at that. That's just a 4K scan. It's totally decent in my opinion. You don't even need 8K. I wouldn't even waste your time. This has got no touch up whatsoever. So, you know, you could put some eyes in if you really want. So there you have it. 8K, 4K, I'll just stick to 4K. 8K, there's just nothing in it at the moment, and this hasn't been sharpened. This is literally straight out of the camera into After Effects, pulled out the frames I wanted, did my usual masking stuff, and boom, that's it. Alright, hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it's a bit scatty all over the place, but I've really been putting this video off for like a year. There'll be more to come. I'm definitely going to try and do more and more. I've got a couple of topics that I need to get out of the way. Apart from that, peace. I think it came out really good, this one. So yeah, I'll just get a light to it. There you go. So that's the printout. There's the top. There's the back. There's the bottom as usual. The back. All those creases in the top of the head came out really good. I'm really happy with those. So yeah, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed the video. See you later.